Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking the 9-axis political quiz. All links down in the description below. Let's just get right into it. Give me a full version. Only those who served in the military should be able to gain power in government. Strongly disagree. War usually leads to worse outcomes. Agree. Public utilities like roads and electricity should be publicly owned. Unsure. I support regional unions such as European Union. Neutral. People should hold more loyalty to their local state than their country. Agree. Automation overall is extremely good for society. Neutral. I am proud to be in my country. Neutral. There are many issues that it does not make sense to address at a local level. Disagree. Anybody who wants to enter the country should be able to. Agree. It is better to maintain a balanced budget than to ensure welfare for all citizens. Neutral. Everybody should speak at least 2 languages. Disagree. Sex outside of marriage is immoral. Disagree. States cannot function without a strong national government. Disagree. A government must maintain a strong military to defend itself. Disagree. Faith is complete nonsense. Disagree. People should have equal opportunities to succeed. Agree. It is important that the government follows the majority opinion even if it's wrong. Agree. We have no right to militarily intervene in other nations. Agree. The government has no business looking into most people's personal lives. Strongly agree. I enjoy some foreign cultures. Agree. There should not be international law. Unsure. The United Nations should have a military to enforce its resolutions. Unsure. Absolute freedom makes a society dangerous. Neutral. Those who disagree with the government should be removed from the country. Strongly disagree. Alliances can pose a threat to a nation's sovereignty. Disagree. Laws should not be based on religion. Strongly agree. Democracy is the worst form of government except for all the others we tried. Disagree. Illegal immigrants do not provide a benefit to the hosting country. Disagree. Each person should have one vote, each equal to every other. Strongly agree. Even when protesting an authoritarian government, violence is not acceptable. Agree. Most bad things happening in the world are caused by us turning away from religion. Strongly disagree. It is necessary for the government to intervene in the economy to protect consumers. Um, Neutral. Traditions are of no value on their own. Agree. Only those who serve in the military should be allowed to have influence on who is in power. Strongly disagree. People should think of themselves as citizens of their nation rather than their state. Disagree. Strong states weaken a nation. Unsure. Police need more power and protection. Disagree. It is very important to maintain law and order. Agree. It's more important to retain peaceful relations than to further our strength. Strongly agree. Government owned industry is usually a bad idea. Agree. Immigrants can never really adapt to our way of life. Strongly disagree. When people have already suffered for technology to be developed, we should use that technology. Agree. War is never justified. Disagree. Religious organizations often provide better assistance to the poor than the government does. Neutral. The poor choose to be poor. Strongly disagree. We should be more accepting to other cultures. Agree. People should have to work for anything they get. Agree. Marijuana should be legalized. Strongly agree. The more people ask, the better chance there is of reaching the best decision. Agree. Diplomacy only hurts nations. Unsure. The government should not break up monopolies. Disagree. Alliances are important for protecting a nation. Agree. People should have the right to leave their wealth to their descendants. Agree. Taxes should be increased on the rich, provide for the poor. Agree, and I don't choose strongly agree because, first of all, we need to fix the loopholes and the tax exemptions. People must be allowed to follow religion. Strongly agree. There must be a separation between church and state. Strongly agree. Lasting peace leads to prosperity. Strongly agree. To chase progress at all costs is dangerous. Neutral. Maintain family values is essential. Disagree. State law should have precedence over national laws. Agree. Immigrants are net positive. Agree. Laws should be completely consistent within all regions of a nation. Laws should be completely strongly disagree. I want my idea of the United States is how it was before, at the start of the country, when each state was basically their own government. If you have nothing to hide, then you shouldn't care about the government having access to your communications. Strongly disagree. The government should monitor all citizens to combat terrorism. Strongly disagree. Catering to popular opinions is detrimental to a nation. Neutral. Alright, nations should not maintain a military. Neutral. For each according to his ability, to each according to his need. Disagree. No authority should be left unquestioned. Strongly disagree. Only extremely talented immigrants, if that, should be permitted to enter the country. Strongly disagree. The government should have access to emails of suspected terrorists. Strongly disagree. Oppression by corporations is more of a concern than oppression by governments. Put in neutral because both are a concern. Sorry about that. People just keep coming in here. We are first and foremost citizens of Earth. Strongly agree. If we accept migrants at all, it is important that they assimilate into our culture. Strongly disagree. It is important that we further my group's goals above all others. Strongly disagree. Having independent nations with the risk of global conflict creates a large threat to humanity as a whole. Strongly disagree. Local governments can understand their citizens better than the national government could. Agree. I believe there is something after death. Agree. People's freedom should have no limits. Neutral. Because if there's no limits to your freedom, then that will lead to chaos. A country cannot function without a national government. Agree. A national government must be strong to adequately protect all its citizens. Neutral. Popular opinion is not always right. Agree. Representatives rarely represent the nation well. Unsure. My nation is closer to my views than most nations in the world. Disagree. Costa Rica is closer to my views than the United States is. Religious clothing should be banned from public. Strongly disagree. Subdivisions of nations should have their own militaries. Disagree. That's just more money. There is no higher power. Strongly disagree. In the modern era, militaries aren't really necessary. Agree. It is important that we maintain the traditions of our past. Strongly disagree. Government surveillance is necessary in the modern world. Strongly disagree. The United Nations should be abolished. Disagree. My nation should stay out of international affairs. Strongly agree. Equality of outcome is important. Unsure. We should not allow any refugees. Disagree. Technology is negatively affecting modern society. Disagree. Government should be accountable to the international community. Unsure. A better world will come from automation, science, and technology. Neutral. Subdivisions should not be allowed to exempt from national laws. Agree. Some freedom must be given up in order to keep people safe. Neutral. Religion must decline for society to progress. Disagree. Nobody in other countries has our best interests in mind. Neutral. The stronger a leadership, the better. Disagree. Diplomatic options would always be tried before war is even considered. I did not read that right. Should always be tried. Strongly agree. Capitalism is better than any existing alternative. Uh, uh, agree. A hierarchical state is best. Neutral. If AI could rule more efficiently than humans, then AI should rule. Strongly disagree. Environmental regulations are essential. Agree. We should put effort into getting a person on Mars in the near future. Agree. Military action by our nation is often necessary to protect it. Strongly disagree. Religion usually provides the truth. Disagree. Laws should vary from area to area and culture to culture within a country. Strongly agree, because different cultures are going to have different ideas. My religious values should spread as much as possible. Strongly disagree. People should be given freedom whenever it causes little security risk. Uh, Unsure. I don't know how to answer that. State and local laws should have precedence over national laws. Agree. Democracy is more than a decision-making process. Agree. Tradition just hinders the progress of technology. Neutral. Testing products on animals is ethical. Disagree. Abortion should be legal in all cases. Disagree. Economies without any capitalism will collapse. Unsure. All humans share a common identity. Strongly agree. Our culture would be better with other cultures mixed in more. Um, uh, Neutral. A nation's culture is important to protect. Strongly agree. Leaders must be stronger. A nation will suffer. Neutral. Military spending is a waste of money. Strongly agree. Whistleblowers should be strongly protected. Agree. Society was better many years ago than it is now. Disagree. Religion does not belong in government. Strongly agree. The general populace makes poor decisions. Disagree. Local governments should have more power than they currently do. Agree. Basic things needed to live, such as health care, are rights. Strongly agree. The United Nations needs more power. Unsure. People should not have protections that could hinder discovering their criminal activity. Disagree. The national government protects minorities better than some local governments do. Unsure. Society could not function without leaders and followers. Neutral. We should respect those who have served in our military. Neutral. The internet should be banned. Strongly disagree. Government should be as concerned about foreign citizens as they are about those within their borders. Neutral. There is no need for local or state governments. Strongly disagree. We must go back to a basic way of life without modern conveniences. Strongly disagree. Police should be regulated more. Agree. The national government can understand what the people need. Neutral. I support gay marriage. Strongly agree. I support single-payer universal health care. Strongly agree. Nations should cooperate whenever it benefits them both. Agree. The elders in society know the best path for it. Strongly disagree. People born to wealthy families have unfair success even when they aren't skilled and don't work hard. Neutral. Religion should be removed from everything in our government. Strongly agree. Excessive government intervention is a threat to the economy. Strongly agree. A military option should always be considered. Disagree. The wealthy have far more than they need. Agree. Communism, if implemented correctly, would be a good form of economics. Disagree. In general, immigrants are bad for the country. Strongly disagree. A nation must obey its leadership without question. Strongly disagree. A group of states without a strong national government is merely an alliance, not a nation. Strongly disagree. Illegal immigrants should be deported in most or all cases. Strongly disagree. Human-caused climate change is currently one of the greatest threats to our way of life. Neutral. Countries fall apart with constant war. Strongly agree. International trade is generally beneficial. Strongly agree. The government should support and only recognize one religion. Strongly disagree. Victimless crimes such as drug use should not be crimes at all. Strongly agree. The national government needs more power. Strongly disagree. All societies are a blend of cultures. Neutral. Any deals other countries want must be bad for us. Disagree. In order for humanity to survive, we must get past having separate nations. Unsure. Theocracy is a good system of government. Unsure. Nations fighting among each other that gets in the way of progress. Strongly agree. Religion is beneficial for society. Neutral. Local governments address issues that the national government would never touch without them. Agree. A nation usually needs a military in order to survive. Disagree. Most drugs should be legalized. Agree. Democracy makes it too easy for. Most drugs should be legalized. Disagree. Democracy makes it too easy for a majority to further itself at the expense of minorities. Unsure. A constant state of war benefits a country. Strongly disagree. International aid is a waste of money. Agree. The government should not regulate the economy at all. Disagree. Technology is not always beneficial. Neutral. The freer the market, the freer the people. Neutral. The benefits of open borders would outweigh the costs. Agree. There should be no police force. Strongly disagree. It is important to maintain our national sovereignty. Neutral. Peace is preferable to war whenever possible. Strongly agree. The very existence of the state is a threat to our liberty. Strongly disagree. Public opinion swings too much with emotional events to be useful for policymaking. Disagree. Countries that violate human rights should be toppled. Neutral. The government must be by the people for the people. Strongly agree. We should be taking in more refugees. Agree. People should have the power to choose their leaders. Strongly agree. Elections are a waste of resources. Strongly disagree. National cultures are important to protect. Neutral. Immigrants should be expected to learn the language of the country. Strongly disagree. Children should be educated in religious values. Strongly disagree. Direct democracy is the best form of government. Agree. Border protection is important. Neutral. There's no need for a national government. Disagree. I disagree on that because the national government needs to regulate businesses and certain things. They do have they need to be there. But right now that the state governments don't have near as much power as they used to, the national government needs to regulate businesses and things. But someday I hope we can get to the point where state governments can do it. Countries that do not serve our interests should be toppled. Strongly disagree. I believe in a higher power. Strongly agree. Genetic modification is forced for good, even on humans. Strongly disagree. Technological process is usually good. Agree. Genetic modification should be used rarely, if ever. Strongly agree. United world government would be beneficial to mankind. Neutral. Religion should be banned. Strongly disagree. Every religion must be looked upon equally by the government. Strongly agree. Foreigners should never enter the country. Strongly disagree. The government should not fund any religious organizations in any way. Agree. People should vote issue by issue themselves. Strongly agree. Wars need to make an economy thrive. Strongly disagree. A country must be sure to take all measures to enforce its laws. Neutral. Nobody but me can adequately go back to the other one. Agree. Nobody but me can adequately represent my views. Unsure. No cultures are superior to others. Strongly agree. Local governments give each region good representation of their views. Disagree. How things have become, especially with voting and things, it hasn't become that case. It only represents the ones that have the loudest voices and the most money. Traditions are important. Disagree. Only our national language should be spoken in our country. Strongly disagree. The sacrifice of some civil liberties is necessary to protect us from acts of terrorism. Strongly disagree. There should be compulsory military service. Strongly disagree. It's a good idea to test a policy in one state rather than implementing it nationwide right away. Agree. Elections are an effective way of showing government approval. Disagree. Because it doesn't show government approval. Well, it's not meant to. Traditional medicines are often more effective than modern medicines. Strongly disagree. Our medical research has improved tremendously over the years. Those who do not work should die. Strongly disagree. Oh, it's loading. Okay, I am moderate federal, a moderate democratic, neutral on globalist and isolationist. More of a globalist than That's new. I'm extreme pacifist, moderate freedom, neutral on equality and markets, moderate secular, moderate progressive, and multiculturalist. Closest match, liberalism. Does that mean I'm a liberal, or does it mean I'm a libertarian? Or well, anyway, that concludes this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. There'll be more reactions coming up. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace. Try not to kill each other, and peace.